Alright, guys. Sorry for last week. Took the week off. Went to San Diego, spent some time with my family. But it is Tuesday and I'm back, so Fantasy Tuesday keeps rolling. Now, I'm sure everyone's either in the playoffs or this is the last game to get to the playoffs. So listen good. Let's get these picks in. Let's look at some spot starts. Number one, Andy Dalton against Indianapolis. Andy Dalton, I expect him to play fairly well. Indianapolis's defense isn't that good. You can start fast on them, and if they do, I expect it to be through a lot of throwing, or it could be through passes to Gio Bernard. Either way, I like Andy Dalton in this game. Next, I like Matt Ryan going against the Green Bay Packers. After seeing what Matthew Stafford did against him last week, I don't think he's going to have as big a game, but I think it's a possibility that he throws for a fair amount of yards and a couple touchdowns. And then next, Alex Smith going against Washington. Alex Smith is a guy I would normally avoid, but Alex Smith going against a horrible defense. After playing what he did against Denver, what he did against San Diego, he could be a very good option this week for you. The next, let's look at some of the running backs. BenJarvus Green-Ellis, again, going against Indy. He got the goal line carries last week versus San Diego. He got the touchdown, one of the only touchdowns in the game. They trust him for goal line situations. The next, Maurice Jones-Drew against Houston. Maurice Jones-Drew is starting to get hot. Last week he even had a passing touchdown. Just shows that they're trying to do creative things to get their offense moving. I expect Maurice Jones-Drew to get a lot of carries this week. Then next, Bobby Rainey versus Buffalo. Tampa Bay, other than last week, was on a roll. They had the 2-game winning streak. Bobby Rainey was a pretty big part of their offense, and I expect them to go again. I expect a balanced offense against Buffalo to keep them on their heels, keep them honest so that they can go with the run or attack with the pass. And then next, let's look at some wide receivers. Greg Jennings going against Baltimore. It looks like, I don't know who's going to start for quarterback, but Matt Castle, whenever he's in, the receivers seem to do better. So I like Greg Jennings going against a pretty bad pass defense. Vincent Jackson going against Buffalo. Again, like I said, I think there's going to be a balanced offense. I think there's going to be holes for him and Bobby Rainey. Then Michael Floyd, I mean, honestly, if you haven't started him, since he took off against Jacksonville, even before that, then, he's definitely a start for this week. And then next, tight ends, Mercedes Lewis. Mercedes Lewis is going against Houston, which has had some problems with athletic tight ends. Rob Gronkowski, Michael Rivera did pretty well. So look for Mercedes Lewis to have a pretty good day. Antonio Gates, he had the two strips last week, which really helped Cincinnati win. I think he tries to establish himself so he doesn't keep losing reps. And then Anthony Fasano in Kansas City. Again, bad defense for Washington. I've seen tight ends gash him, so I really like Anthony Fasano this week. And then next, kickers. David Akers going against, if I could remember, Detroit going against Philly, that's right. And Detroit, honestly, it's going to be a shootout between the two. Both defenses are bad, and Detroit will probably kick a lot more field goals. I still have a hard time because they do throw a lot of interceptions. They will score a lot of points, but I think that Philly at home, their defense is starting to get a little better. They'll be able to stop them in the red zone. Next, Justin Tucker. He is going against Minnesota, and I think he kicks a lot of field goals. I think Minnesota's defense is a little hot right now. I think they stop him in the red zone if they get to the red zone, or even long field goals. They trust Justin Tucker. And then next, Stephen Gostkowski with New England going against Cleveland. I think they score a lot. They score big. A couple field goals, but a lot of extra point kicks to really boost up his stats. And the next, defenses, New England going against Cleveland. Cleveland's offense they lost Brandon Weeden. Now they do have Josh Gordon, which is going to be almost impossible to stop, but you have Caleb Haney at quarterback, so you're kind of counteracting each other. Seattle versus San Francisco, I like Seattle's defense. Even on the road, they've done well. I mean, they've only really been attacked very efficiently against the Colts. And then next is Kansas City versus Washington. Washington is not a good team. Kansas City will roll. All right, guys, there's your Fantasy Tuesday. Good luck in the playoffs. Good luck when you get to the playoffs. Championship week could be next week for you, could be the week after, so keep watching.